Hello coffee table book lovers and welcome back on our channel. Today I'm here with my friend Jokke for another coffee table book cast. Hello Jokke, how are you doing, my friend?
Hello Timo, hello. I'm good. Hello everybody. Happy to be here again.
Happy times, isn't it?
Happy times.
Perfect. Today we have prepared two great topics for you guys. One of them will be new releases of books, what's coming up in the next weeks and months from publisher side. Second topic will be COVID-19 and what are the benefits to collect books during this period. So I think that's a very interesting topic as well.
Yeah.
But let's start with our first topic, new releases. And there's one new release coming up pretty soon. And I believe, Jokke, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, can you feel it, Timo? Can you feel it in there?
Ooh, it's very warm. It's very warm. It's getting hot. It's getting hot.
2 words, Vincent Peters.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
It is Vincent Peters.
We have been waiting for that book for 6 months now, at least, I think.
6-7 months, yes. And at first it was just rumors because we placed it on our coffee table book cast. We talked about that. Finally, it's real. It's a fact, and it's coming out in mid of September. So let's go back a little bit into history and look where it all started with Vincent Peters. And there was Light Between Us in 2014. So Jokke, what is your opinion on Light Between Us, the 2014 Vincent Peters release?
Yeah, it was his first book after at least 2 decades of work nearly. And totally blew my mind when I saw it. I fell in love with his work directly. It is really a great book, and the technique behind it and the feeling behind the picture is
you really can see his talent.
The talent is and I nearly start to cry, not fully cry, but nearly.
Nearly, but then you started to cry in 2016.
Yeah, that was 2 years later.
Yeah, and I can say that when I discovered Vincent Peters' Personal in 2016, when I was looking for books and I finally got it in my hand, I was blown away. Sorry to say that, but I was blown away. And I'm still. There's nothing, well, Jokke, there's nothing compared in my collection. I think it's one of my top 3 books I have, and I love this book. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely the same. And the thing for me, this is really personal. My feeling here is that when you look at that, it is nearly like every picture has their own soul. You can really, it is so much work behind the pictures. It's telling you something more than only, okay, it is fabulous, unbelievable with the lighting, the technique and the interior around and shadows and so on. But I really got the feeling. And for me, that is, top notch.
Yeah, it is one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
But in 2019, there was this release of Selected Works. And Selected Works was a combination of both The Light Between Us and Personal. Vincent Peters selected the best work into one book. And it was released in a small format size. However, the publisher, or Vincent Peters, decided to re-release this book now in 2021 as a collector's edition with additional material. What can I say about this?
And we are so happy about that because Selected Works really find its way to a broader audience. I think it was a cheaper one, so it was more affordable to get your hands on that book, and it goes quite fast, sold out quite fast.
Unbelievably fast. You can't get it anymore right now. Basically, you can't get any of his books right now. Light Between Us, no. Personal, no.
You can, but you must pay for it.
It depends on your wallet, of course.
Sure. It is.
Have you seen the latest prices from Light Between Us and Personal?
Yeah, like between us is a little bit cheaper, but personal. Okay, now we're talking. It is, yeah, it's quite high on price today.
I have
Really?
checked last time because I prepared a little for this cast today, and the prices start with 300 euros. And they end up somewhere around 1,500 euros. So it depends a little bit on the condition of the book as well. This is unbelievable. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's only 5 years ago when it was released, so that is a good journey for the price.
And the same thing now goes with selected works. When it was released, it was 30 euros. And now it's going up 150, something around that. And just to mention this again, we will have a Vincent Peters week because we are big fans. Sorry guys, we are big fans of Vincent Peters.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, and we would like to share that with you because we think it's very important for you guys to know what kind of piece we can expect here. So in order for us to understand the world of Vincent Peters, we have prepared a couple of nice videos that will be released in the mid of September, so stay tuned on this channel and check this one out. So let's come to the next book here. We were talking about Tenois here. There was one book I have seen, Tina Trump. It's a German photographer. I have the website here as well. Here we see Tina Trump, a German photographer, releasing a book called Shades of Sensuality. So let's see here. That is the book. Jokke, what can you say about this one here?
Yeah, do we have some more pics of the book?
We do have more pictures of that book, but I believe if I would show them right now, this video will be over 18 again. So I will hide them back. I will hide them back.
Yeah, but it is a nice one, I think, very interesting to see, because what I believe that is her first book.
It is her first book, yes. It's her first release, that's correct.
Okay, I have prepared a little bit, for I have really looked at in the galleries of the picture, and for me it was, it is the same feeling as Marc Lagrange, if you are into that type of very classic. I really like this.
Classic photography, we can say. Classic photography. And I see that release date, which is mentioned here, 15 September 21, is the same with Vincent Peters. A couple of days more or less, doesn't matter, but you know, it will be mid of September as well. So I think we can expect a real good book here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hopefully, yeah. Great.
So I was checking also a little bit on Tenois' website. I will show up the link here from the publisher, so you can check yourself. If you're not agree with our selection, maybe you find something else for yourself. I have found a book called Volkswagen Icon Cars Volkswagen Beetle, a new book released from this Beetle car. What do you think about this, Jokke?
Nah, it's not my topic, to be honest now, I must be honest. But I know that it is a huge community about the Beetle car, really. In Sweden, they are really big fan club of it, you know, have been doing that for decades, I think. So.
And it's the same here in Germany. I mean, I live in Germany, there's a lot of collectors of this car.
I think so.
I agree with you. It might not be my book personally, but I understand that there's a lot of people out there who have this interest in old cars, iconic cars, and I believe that Volkswagen Beetle is one of these collectors' cars that you see more often.
Yeah, and then we come to back to the thing. What is a coffee table book? What is collecting about books?
Yeah, exactly. You know, a coffee table book can be everything.
Absolutely. So and that is, and of course we try to have this variety on the channel to show a little bit. We can continue for decades to come, because it's not thousands, it's tens of thousands of coffee table books out there. So yeah, we can do this to the end, I think.
Yeah, and it's very, very hard to decide on which book to show and which one not, because every book deserves its place. But we try our best to make the variety as big as possible. However, we have another book here, Greg Gorman. Greg Gorman, the book is called It's Not About Me. And Greg Gorman shows a lot of famous artists, you know, from the 80s, 90s, whatsoever. I have checked that book. There is so many stars in it. This is unbelievable. I mean, starting from Sylvester Stallone and ending up at Tom Cruise and all the girls, all the actresses. I think this is so thick, this book. I will show it on the channel soon. Let's talk about Taschen, Jokke. There is a book from Rolling Stones. Sad news first. The drummer just passed away a couple of days ago.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. However, there is a book with a limitation of 1,600 copies. What do you think about this, Jokke?
Yeah, very nice book. You should really grab one. Cost only 5,000 euro.
Only 5,000 euros.
Yeah, if you don't go for the higher standard with the prints, because I think it is some of them as well. Yeah,
six art editions with 75 prints each. Yeah, and think about it. This is one of the last pieces where you have all the band members signing this book.
Yeah,
have signed this book.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it will be a history marker, I think.
It will be a history marker. So for all the collectors out there, think about it. Rolling Stones. Next book in the list is Frida Kahlo, and we both, you and I, we have chosen this book.
Yeah.
She's an icon, Mexican painter, very important until today. I think it's a must. By the way, I bought this book and I will show it pretty soon on the channel, so check this one out. Sebastião Salgado, Amazonia. We have already posted this book on our channel. Check that one out as well, so you can see it yourself. And then we go into the fashion section. And I know we have a lot of Peter Lindbergh fans here. And yes, there is another book from Taschen, from Peter Lindbergh, but also from Azzedine Alaïa. Azzedine Alaïa is a fashion designer, a Tunisian fashion designer. He died in 2017. Very interesting life. And in this book, you will see all the projects that he did together with Peter Lindbergh in one book. I think that is something also for fashion lovers. What do you think, Jokke?
Yeah, I think, as you mentioned in the beginning, that Peter Lindbergh, it's many people who really loves his work, so it's a must to have.
Yes, and therefore I'm moving over to Rizzoli, because Rizzoli also has a couple of good fashion books. So, and I make it short here, we have certain books from Dior. I think it was 3 or 4 books coming up from Dior. Then we have one book from Karl Lagerfeld called Karl No Regrets. Also check that one out. Another book from Azzedine Alaïa. I think there's like a competition between the publishers. Yeah. And while we talk about competition, in March 2022, there will be also a Frida Kahlo book. There's Azzedine Alaïa and there's Frida Kahlo, both upcoming on Rizzoli. Very interesting. Last but not least, we have Faden. And you and I, Jokke, we have searched the website for upcoming releases. And there was a book that was interesting for us. It's called The Architecture of Chanel by Peter Marino. That was the new releases for today. I think there's a couple of interesting pieces for us, maybe for you too. So let's talk about our next topic. It's about COVID-19, collecting books, and have you experienced any benefits while having this period? This is actually a request coming in from one of our viewers. So Jokke, what is your experience on this during this last 2 years? Tell us a little bit about your situation.
Yeah, I saw that it was a different, especially when COVID-19 kicked in 1.5 years ago, plus minus something. I saw some rare editions, some pre-owned books really pop up on the internet, you know, on the websites everywhere.
Okay.
And in quite good prices. So. And it was like that for 1 year, actually. It goes on and on and on. And many of these copies that I have searched for years, to be honest, and missed. So it was affordable to really grab one.
Have you seen any changes on publisher side during Corona?
Yeah, I have. The last 6 months, the prices has gone up. We saw a really big jump in, if you look at the percentages, about Taschen, for example, the limited. They have a lot of limited editions in the range of 750. Suddenly they announced that we will push it to at least 1,000, and they did that. But they still really sell these books, so for them it's a great benefit.
So the situation is basically maybe people spend even more money on the new books, on the new publishings, on the new releases. But on the other side, if you look back to the second-hand market, there's also people who suffer from this situation and sell it for a cheaper price because maybe they are in the need of getting money.
Yeah, that is the sad part of it.
That is the sad part. But on the other side, there's always winners and there's always losers, right?
Yeah. The whole stock market is full of that. So it is the same here. But you're totally right, Timo. And I think that it is change also. You and I, we have talked about this topic before, that the books start to be like an art piece in itself.
Yes.
And we see
times have changed. Time
has changed, and it goes up and up. And we know that photo art, for example, it's a really big thing in America. But here in the northern part of Europe, or the whole Europe actually, it has been struggling a lot to be accepted as an art thing. But now, some years ago, it really increases, and we see the prices on that as well.
To resume the COVID-19 situation, what is your final thought on this? And what happens next?
My final thoughts. My community has by far increased, of course.
Okay.
Some friends that collect books has gone totally bananas on this period because they spend all their money on that instead of other things like going out for cinema, restaurant, and so on. Maybe it's going back to the normal thing, but I don't know. Let's see.
So thanks again for your time, Jokke. If you have any questions, if you would like to know something, just put your comment below. We are happy to answer your questions. Again, stay tuned on this channel because there's a couple of very good books coming in soon. Also, don't forget about the Vincent Peters week that will happen in the mid of September. We are very happy to have another coffee table book cast together with Jokke, and stay safe, stay tuned, and take good care. Bye-bye.
Bye.